Okay, beautiful souls. Hi. So I had to jump on here and speak to you about how profound this weekend is going to be. I don't know the exact series of what's going to happen. I do know there's an eclipse, and this is significant because the eclipse points to our internal, our within. But what I keep getting within me is that we're moving through a portal, that we're making a choice. This is the choice point now. Coming now, we're in the beginning energies of this weekend. And what I get within me, and this is what I connect to, is this is the choice where you decide, are you here and are you going to be on board with living in a place of love and aligning with what you are, with what you are at your core, which is a divine being? Are you here to live that, or are you going to try to do the same thing and be asleep and point external from you for answers rather than taking responsibility and frankly taking back your power? What I'm here for and what I stand for very strongly is that power is actually this beautiful force of love. We've lived in a world for eons that has taught us and shown us that power is this force that's external from us, that we are at the whims of being affected by. And quite frankly, I would tell you that's bullshit. Power is something that resides within you and always has. And this is the time that you take it back. You bring it back to you, back to source within you, the God within you, the God that you are, however you choose to see this as a child of God. You take it back. You take responsibility. You take conscious responsibility for your life. And as you take responsibility for your life, you receive the balance of that, which is freedom, There are protests happening. And what I would say is that the protests are beautiful if they're done in a place of peace, if they're done in a place of each person realizing their own God-given power, which is your truth as a divine being, to have that power, to be in that power, to live that power, and to express it as joy, as grace, as whatever you choose. Because freedom for my being is something that lives within you and always has. It's not something that's earned. It's something that you are. It's a part of you, just like power. These are all internal events, experiences, grounding that is within you and always has been. And so this weekend is the place that I receive, and there's many choices that are coming, many portals. But this one is one that is in my face that I must speak about, because you need to see, where are you in old patterns? Where are you beating your head up against a wall thinking that you're going to change something by doing the same thing, by being the same way? The change starts within you. I honor and I understand there's all this external shifting. There's so much, and it's not going to change, because this is the time. This is the lifetime that all of us are here for these changes. And if you're awakened to that, that's beautiful. And if you're not, and it's offered to you, if you choose to resonate with that, that's beautiful. If not, that's fine too. Take this as the lifetime, a lifetime in which you are here to bring change. Now, that might be that the change with you, if you're a crystal being, is here to hold space and be peace, and that beautiful, beautiful thing. You might be indigo, that's here to rock systems and change them and transform them and make them accountable. That is beautiful stuff. You might be one that's like me, that sits in the middle. You might be the one that's here to observe these phenomenal events happening. Phenomenal for not just us here in the US, but for the world. And frankly, I would say for this universe. My prayer is that you take back your power. Power for me is perception of will as experienced, received. In the lower expressions of us, we are connected to the ego's interpretation of power, which is all machinations of the mind and egoistic choices which serve nobody but the one in the experience. When you are truly aligning with your heart and you are in a place of clarity with what you are, with what you bring, with what you choose to give your world, Then power becomes perception of will as experience received. But that will is not that tiny little ego will. It's the large will. It's divine will. It's your higher will. That, to me, is true power. That is beautiful stuff. Really beautiful. Because it's compassion, it's respect, it's honor, it's reverence, it's integrity. It's all of those things combined. And for my being, they are within. They go within you. They are within you. You do your personal work. Shadow work is one of those names for this. You do that. You move through those things. And you dare to love yourself enough to change. You dare to address the suffering in your world by starting with you. By starting with your suffering within you. Where you suffer. Where you are unkind to you. Patterns that you've done to you that are not kind. And you start with those. And you address those head on. With faith. With courage. With deep compassion for yourself. Deep compassion for yourself. Because the path that comes forward to you now that is presented, if you choose to walk through this portal of grace, is that you see your beauty. Bit by bit by bit, by everything that begins to happen in your world. To not choose this, to continue to lock in old patterns, you will see more spinning, more chaos in your world. And I'm not negating what's happening externally, but these happen together. Together. It is not just external and it's not just internal. They happen together as all is in balance. You are changed one way or the other. The phrase within me that I hear from my guides lately is that there is no soul on earth that is not doing heavy lifting right now. Every soul on earth is doing heavy lifting of some kind or another right now. And it's not going to end until each soul decides. You decide. This is the time of the decision. I hope this serves you. I hope this serves your magnificent heart. It's all offered for whatever resonates. And for me, that's if it's tiny bit and you get it and it connects and it gives you an aha, or if the whole thing I tell you gives you this beautiful aha, whatever that is, matters not to me. Your life is your own business and your choices are your own. I'm only here to offer what I live and what I walk through. As a teacher, librarian, and artist of the heart, I'm here to reawaken the conversation of the heart, which for my being is the conversation between the sacred mind, sacred heart, body, vehicle, which is the blessed vehicle that we reside in, which for my being, these three together is the voice of the soul. I'm here to reawaken the conversation of the heart within every choosing and allowing soul as they resonate with me. I am grateful. Thank you for your presence, which is profound, and your attention. Thank you and blessings.